Hello, Right Direction. This is Tisha Felder. I'm one of the members of our healthcare ministry here at the church. And today I'm going to be speaking with one of my dear friends, sisters, also member of our healthcare ministry, Dr. Stephanie Wise. She is a pharmacist with 17 years of experience. So she comes with a wealth of information. And today she is going to talk to us about um, herbals and supplements. There's a lot of conversation about those things, especially right now, given this COVID epidemic. So we just want to get some real good natural information about how we should be making decisions about these. So the first thing, I guess, to get this started, Stephanie, is when you walk into a pharmacy or a nutrition store, it's overwhelming. There's stuff everywhere. So where and how should we start?
Well, hi, Tisha. Hi, RUCI. And you are correct. It can be overwhelming. A good place to start is with a balanced diet, rich in fruits and vegetables. If you are a meat eater, then lean cuts of meat, poultry, and fish. I firmly believe that everything God intended for our bodies, He included in its natural state within the earth. But if for some reason the necessary vitamins and minerals are unable to be obtained from diet, then supplementation is the next best option.
Okay, well, since these are natural, so we're talking about that, should we take for granted that these vitamins and herbal products are actually safe?
Absolutely not. Let me begin with the caveat that if a person has any underlying health condition like a seizure disorder or diabetes, high blood pressure, nothing should be added to their prescribed therapies without the advice of their personal physician or the advice of a pharmacist who has access to their complete medication record. Many prescription medications come with a high probability of drug interactions with OTC products, specifically seizure meds. Certain blood thinners and anticoagulants are also, they run the risk of interaction. Some herbal products can lower the seizure threshold and it can become very dangerous to people with epilepsy. Many weight loss products come with a hefty dose of caffeine, which is known to elevate blood pressure and heart rate. So no, because it's natural or marketed as so does not necessarily mean it's safe.
Well, thank you for that insight. So you shared a lot about, some of our brothers and sisters who may have some underlying health conditions, for example, things that they might need to consider. What about someone who may be average, not at high risk for anything in particular? Where should they start?
Well, a good age and gender appropriate multivitamin, I think is a relatively safe start. Vitamins are age and gender specific. Many vitamins marketed for men over the age of 50 typically contain lycopene, which is believed to promote prostate health. It does have some cardiovascular benefits. Women over the age of 50 don't necessarily need the same iron supplementation as a younger menstruating woman, unless she's found to be iron deficient, which is determined through blood tests. But younger women may not require the same calcium supplementation as an older woman who may be more prone to osteoporosis. So getting that multivitamin for your gender and your age is a great place to start. Vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D are basic immune boosters. It's important to remember that these are vitamins to help boost your immune system, not to treat anything. They don't treat COVID-19. They don't treat the common cold. They don't treat the flu. But these are things to help get your body in a position that it will be better able to handle any type of virus or bacteria that you may come in contact with. Taking supplementation just gives you that extra boost. Echinacea is also believed to help reduce some of the symptoms of illnesses like the common cold.
Hmm.
It's found in capsules, and you can even find echinacea teas. Vitamin
Okay.
D is also
Hmm.
important for thyroid function, as well as supporting breast health, prostate health, and cognitive function.
Okay. Wow. So that's a lot of good information. So since most of us are home and have been home, we may be watching television and we see, some doctor on TV promoting some over-the-counter product. What is the best way to know if we can trust this information?
Yes. Well, there are fads in vitamins and supplementation that come and go. There's some data that does lead credence to some of the new products, and some just become popular because a TV doctor says so. When I
Mm-hmm.
used to work in community pharmacy, we had a separate Dr. Oz display because whatever Dr. Oz said is what flew off
People
the
want it.
shelves.
Yeah.
I recall when raspberry ketones became such a popular thing, it suddenly became this miracle for weight loss.
Mm.
But what the fine print mentioned that was oftentimes overlooked is that this weight loss supplement was coupled with anhydrous caffeine, and it shouldn't be taken if someone was diabetic or had high blood pressure or issues with arrhythmias. Beware of any type of fat product that claims to be some new and novel way to burn fat or detox your body. The key to sustained healthy weight loss is regular, appropriate physical activity with a balanced portion controlled diet, period.
So there's no substitute for that. Um,
No.
so we've been hearing a lot about different, vitamins and supplements. So tell us a little bit about elderberry.
Okay, so elderberry is not new. It's recently become more popular, but it's been around for centuries. It's recently gained popularity as an antioxidant and it has other immune benefits in fighting the flu and the common cold. It's high in vitamin C. It's rich in dietary fiber, and it's a great antioxidant with anti-inflammatory properties as well. It's found, if you go to purchase it in a syrup form, can be found in a capsule and a tea as well.
Hmm.
If it's ingested raw, I know a lot of people look for whole food alternatives. If it's ingested raw or uncooked, it can lead to nausea, vomiting, other GI effects like that. It
Hmm.
has not been evaluated enough in children under the age of 18. There's not
Okay.
enough data to confirm its safety in kids. A lot of people do use it. It's not something that I will be giving to my children, but
Hmm.
there's a lot of information just in the long history of elderberry.
Okay. So far you've talked a lot about this immune system boosting options. So what products, I guess, what about those products in the pharmacy that address common health conditions like high cholesterol or heart disease?
Well, it's a great question. One of the many differences between what you find on the vitamin aisle versus what you find behind the counter all boils down to two important terms, and that's proven safety and
Mm-hmm.
efficacy.
Okay.
And one of the important things about this talk that I would like to make sure people understand is that we have to be very wise consumers when it comes to purchasing things like this out in the community, whether it be in a pharmacy or otherwise. When a pharmaceutical company discovers a new chemical entity, they believe it's going to provide a health benefit to people. They begin the process through the Food and Drug Administration or FDA. They look for approval. They go through clinical trials. There are many stages in this process, but the goal is for the FDA to ensure safety to use in the human population. It's the
Mm-hmm.
manufacturer's job to make the case that the medication will do what they purport that it will do. So you're
Okay.
looking at safety and efficacy there.
Mm-hmm.
The safety process has not been conducted for vitamin and herbal products. Vitamins and herbals are not regulated by the FDA because they have not gone through that same clinical trial process to establish safety or efficacy. This is why every bottle, when you go on that vitamin and herbal aisle, there's a
Mm-hmm.
little disclaimer there that says it's not been evaluated by the FDA and is therefore not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure or prevent any disease. So that's the difference between what you get over the counter versus behind the pharmacy counter. There are, however, purity standards still for those things that are not FDA approved.
Okay.
These standards are set by an organization called the United States Pharmacopoeia, or USP. It's a not-for-profit, non-governmental agency, and it provides physical quality and purity standards for food ingredients, for herbal products, dietary supplements. It means something when you're evaluating a product and you look on that label in the pharmacy and it says it's USP grade quality. It's giving the product some form of a stamp of approval saying that it meets certain quality standards. So that being said, you want to be very careful where you purchase these items from. You never want to purchase a supplement from an unknown supplier online or in the store. The kiosk that you see in the middle of the mall, probably not a good idea. If you're utilizing a big box store, I would feel safe to say they are not going to want to be sued because a product is over the counter that has crushed concrete fillers, which is what they found for some capsules that are shipped from these other suppliers that have no regulation. So where you get these items it does matter. So you want to make sure that they're coming from a reputable source. And just because it's purported to be natural or safe doesn't necessarily mean that it's so. I'll say again, for those with chronic and underlying health conditions, it would not be wise to add any supplement to a prescribed therapy unless you discuss it with a healthcare professional first.
Okay. So we definitely need to look for that USP stamp of approval. That sounds like something worthwhile. That stands out to me in what you just said. So I guess kind of related to that, so there are many over-the-counter options that may not have gone through the FDA approval process, but they still might provide some sort of benefit. So would you say that some may provide like greater benefit than others?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So there's extensive data to substantiate the benefits of omega-3 and omega-6 essential fatty acids. Both have established cardiovascular benefits like lowering triglycerides, helping to diminish plaque buildup in your arteries, and also in fetal development for women who are expecting. You'll often find omega-3, omega-6, EPA, DHA combinations in prenatal vitamins, and that's an excellent thing to have there as well. You will find omega-3, omega-6 in fish oil supplements. Chromium helps to support healthy blood sugar and insulin. There's good concrete data behind that as well. Coenzyme Q10 helps to reduce the stickiness of platelets, as well as providing other cardiovascular benefits and cognitive support. CoQ10 is often used for individuals who may be at risk for certain types of cardiac events, heart attack or stroke. Magnesium is great in decreasing blood vessel constriction, helping to maintain a healthy heart rhythm. Flaxseed is great for gastrointestinal health because it is rich also in omega-3 essential fatty acids. It has been shown to have heart healthy effects as well.
Okay, well, you've given us a lot of good information. It sounds like there are a number of vitamins out there that are helpful and that can help us and strengthen our bodies, in addition to that physical activity that we're going to be getting and those healthier diets. But I know that this is just the tip of the iceberg. So I know there's so much, information related to this. So I guess because there's so much more even that people could get, what resources do you find would be a good guide for those who might be looking for more information about vitamins and herbal products?
the community pharmacist is the most underutilized resource. Pharmacists come with a wealth of information. When on that vitamin aisle, if there's a question that comes up, stop and ask the pharmacist. If at home and considering a herbal product that you've discussed with your provider, if you are under the care of a provider, and if you still want to have a question, you have a question, you want that answered, pick up the phone and call the pharmacy. There's a 24-hour pharmacy more than likely somewhere near. So I just want everyone to understand that that's a resource that is available with so much information. So utilizing that community pharmacy, Google is not your friend. To getting good, sound health information. So, and I'll also welcome anyone who has any additional questions specifically. They can reach out to us at the RDCI Healthcare Ministry at healthcare@rightdirection.info, and we will be glad to look at those questions and get you prompt responses.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Wise, for your time and your wisdom. I think, we have given people a good list of vitamins and herbal products that are safe, that they can go out and get to try to strengthen their bodies and be as healthy as possible as we continue to fight this COVID-19 epidemic. So thank you so much. And again, if anybody has any additional questions, please reach out to our healthcare ministry at healthcare@rightdirection.info.